This is how most of the mornings start right here. I usually leave the house long before daylight. I'm headed in to pick up Dad right now. I always meet Dad at the coffee shop here in Stockton. We'll have a cup of tea or coffee, chat with all the other old men, because that's where you get all your information, you know. That's where I got my education. That's how I got to be so smart. Anybody that spends much time in a coffee shop, you know the education you get there. But I did. I basically grew up in the coffee shops. My dad, you know, because said Roger's my granddad, but I call him Dad. He raised me as his own. It's the only dad I've ever known. So I spent most of my time growing up in the coffee shops, and I catch a lot of hell from some of my friends that, you know, because really, you know, I have more friends. I honestly do. I have more friends that are in their 70s and 80s than I do that are my own age. I really do. Because you know, if we're not working, days we don't get to work, man, I hang out in the coffee shop more than I do. When times are slow, you know, when we're not just working all the time, I try to play golf once a week with some of them old men. Man, they're a blast to hang out around. They really are. And in all honesty, you do learn a lot from them. I get a lot of work just from being in the coffee shop. You know, I've learned a lot about a lot of different things. Just stuff you're not going to learn in school by any means. And them old guys are a mountain of knowledge because they've been there and done it. And that's, you know, I've slowly over the years, I've watched a lot of them go one by one, and it's a hard deal. It is. It's like losing your best friends, you know, when them old men start to die. That's part of it, I guess. But oh well, let's have a couple cups of coffee, pick up Dad, and we're gonna head on to Fairgrove. I got the cat behind me right now. It's on the trailer, so the skitter's already up there, so we're ready to do things. Well, we're here. I'm trying to get a few barked before Dad gets to them. Is that not the biggest locust tree? That locust tree chooses thornless. A thornless locust tree. And there's some of these locusts on this job that are thornless. But that is a big locust tree. It's really got a pretty good log in it. I'd say it's got a good 10-foot log. It'll be double or triple hearted right there, but that's a big thorn tree. I've seen when I was younger, when we used to cut a lot of mixed hardwoods and a lot of pallet timber, I've seen Dad cut some of those for logs. But that's the biggest one I've ever seen. I know people will be like, well, I've seen one that was 5 foot through. Yeah, you probably did, but that's the biggest one I ever seen. Well, I'm going to try to get a few of these barked and get ahead of Dad. And we'll try to get some of these on the ground and get some of them out. Well, we can have a decent start on this job. There's a pretty good little cluster of them right in here. So we're going to work them over. I guess I'll start barking this big boy here. The old handy dandy precision axe. A lot of footage and a lot of volume in this little tree. If it doesn't fall bad, I mean, there'll be some lumber in the limbs, depending on how it falls, what it breaks up. And that's a champ there too. That's a good tree. Those are the kind I like to cut tall, straight, and clean. Another one out there. Well, let's bark a few. good, didn't it?
Real good. That hackberry that fell on there probably saved that limb from busting.
Just put the bucket on. I've got the skidder over here hooked onto this log, but there's not a very good place to cross, so we're gonna whip out a crossing real quick like. I pushed over these couple trees with the skidder, just uprooted them. We're gonna make that to where the approach is not so steep. That's one of the good things about having a skid steer on the job site. You're just, the things, and of course I could build the crossing with a skidder, I really could, but I could do a quicker and better job with the skid steer. So let's get this knocked out real quick so we can start getting some of these trees out here to the deck area. About 5 minutes, we had a good creek crossing whip, or ditch, I call it a creek. It's an old ditch. So, got a good crossing whipped out. That way we got a good approach to get across to these logs. We're still working up this big tree. There's over 1,000 feet in this tree, and the limbs are pretty tricky. Trying to get all these cut without tearing them up. So that's what we've been working on for a little bit. Snake our way back through here. Try to grab a few more logs on our way out. We've already cut all of our chainsaw gas this morning. It's getting upwards of noon right now. It's been a pretty good day in the woods so far. A couple good ones there in front of us. I've already got them marked. I'm back with one. Dad's about to fall out. It's hard to back up and film at the same time. Might come back this way. He might be waiting on me. Yeah, he was waiting on me. Oh boy. There it goes. Maybe. And these old long trees are hard to get out. Hard to get out. A lot of logs back there to drag. Dad's getting ready to bring down another one back there. Pretty good tree there. There it goes. Back in there, see if we can pull her down a little. Well, I think we can cut it off where it's at. We started getting them bucked up and sorted out. That one row there's almost all of that one tree. There's just 3 or 4 logs out of that row that's not part of that big tree. We run out of gas and run out of paint, so we still got some to buck, but it was a pretty good first day. Pretty good. Well, that's a pretty good start to the job there, other than running out of fuel, gas, I mean chainsaw gas. I wasn't too upset. You know, we probably cut a little over 3,000 feet this morning, is what me and Dad were talking. You know, 1,000 foot or better of that come out of one tree, so not a bad day, not a bad way to start a job. We hope we can have all the walnut finished up by Wednesday is what we're hoping. Yeah, happy with that. Good day at work, other than being a little cold. wind blowing just a little bit out of the northwest. Got a cold front pushing in, but it's not too bad. So, well, I guess hope to see you guys back out to this with us tomorrow. We'll be back out there in the morning to keep knocking around on those walnuts. So, guys, I greatly appreciate you following on, hanging out with us. Be sure to check us out on all of our social media outlets, Facebook and Instagram at Turner Logging LLC. Check us out, or check out the logger threads. You know, we've had some orders. Appreciate all you guys ordering the new shirt, the Brotherhood. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. It's a pretty cool design. Pretty proud of that one. And you can check out all things timber and forestry related in the digital tools of Timber Tracker. So guys, thanks a lot. We will see you tomorrow.